So yesterday I woke up with this crazy idea to make $100 in a day using ChatGPT. But what I didn't expect is that I would actually do it and make way more than that. The first thing that I did is I asked ChatGPT for some ideas of how to make money online. And one of the ideas that it gave me is to write and sell an ebook on Amazon KDP. Now, I've done this before, and I know that it works, but it does take quite a bit of time because you have to come up with a good idea. Then you have to write the book, format it, and then publish it. So I asked ChatGPT if there was something that was easier and faster, and it suggested creating a simple website, landing page, whatever, and then selling a digital product like Notion templates. Now, I've also done this before, and I made over $2,000 in a month from selling just Notion templates. But again, it takes a lot of time, so I asked ChatGPT to give me some examples of other digital products that I could sell that were easy to make. And this is where ChatGPT really surprised me because it gave me a ton of different ideas that I had never thought of before. Things like digital planners, workbooks, cheat sheets, checklists, PDF patterns for crafts, SVG bundles for cutting machines like Cricut. It even suggested making and selling fonts. Now, I thought that making fonts was not possible unless you're a graphic designer, but it turns out that there are a ton of resources online to help you make fonts for free. One of the most popular ones is FontForge, which is completely free software that allows you to make your own fonts. You can use it on Mac, Windows, or even Linux. The process of making a font with FontForge looks a little bit complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. There are also tons of tutorials on YouTube to show you exactly how to do it step by step. So I decided to make a font because I thought that this could be a great opportunity to make some passive income. So here's what I did. First, I went to Google Fonts and looked for some fonts that were free to use so that I could kind of get inspired by their style and see what kind of patterns they used. This is where I came up with the initial idea of my font. Then I went to FontForge and started playing around with it until I got the hang of it. I won't go through all the steps of how I made the font in this video because it will take too long, but I basically followed this tutorial on YouTube. While I was working on the font, I found out that it wasn't going to be as easy as I thought, especially making all the different characters for lowercase and uppercase letters, numbers, and symbols. It took me about 2 hours to finish the font, and this is what it looks like. I think it turned out pretty well for a first try, and I am sure that I can improve it even more with practice. But now I needed to turn this font into a digital product that I could sell online. For this, I decided to use a platform called Etsy because it is a marketplace that is specifically designed for digital products. I created an Etsy account and then listed my font in the fonts section. Since my font was inspired by a free font, I couldn't sell it for personal use only, so I decided to offer it both for personal and commercial use. This means that people who want to buy my font can use it for their personal projects, or they can use it for their commercial projects without having to pay extra. This is a great way to attract more buyers because many people who are starting a business will need to purchase a commercial license for each font that they use. So by offering both personal and commercial use for free, I could charge less overall and still make a profit. I set the price for my font at $9.99, which was the minimum price that Etsy allowed for fonts. I also had to choose a category for my font, and since mine was inspired by a display font, I chose this category. After this, I had to upload the font file, which is a zip archive that contains the font in different formats. Then I filled in all the required fields, such as the name of the font, the description, and tags. I wanted to give my font a fun name, so I decided to call it Rainbow Connection because it kind of reminded me of the Muppets. In the description, I tried to be as detailed as possible, and I also included some of the characters that I had made so that people could see the style of the font better. The tags are very important because they help people find your font when they search for it on Etsy. So I tried to come up with a list of relevant tags that people might use to search for a font like mine. Once I finished setting up my listing, I clicked on Publish, and just like that, my font was live on Etsy. But now I needed to start promoting it so that people could actually find it. The first thing that I did is I went to social media where I shared my new font with my friends and followers. I also posted it in some Facebook groups where people could share their digital art and designs. On Reddit, I found a subreddit where people talked about digital art and graphic design, so I posted my font there. I also posted my font on other social media platforms, and every time I posted it, I included a link to my shop so that people could easily find it and buy it. After this, I went to websites where people shared free digital art and design resources, and I asked them if they could please share my font with their audience. Many of them agreed and shared it on their websites and social media channels. Now I just had to wait for the orders to come in. Well, I didn't have to wait for long because within the first few hours I got my first order. I was so excited when I saw it because it really motivated me to keep going and promote my font even more. A few hours later, I got another order and then another one and another one. By the end of the day, I had made over $100 and I had sold more than 10 copies of my font. I know that this is not a huge amount, but for me it was a great achievement because I had never sold digital art or fonts before. Plus, I had made all of this money in just one day. I also realized that I could earn even more if I had more time to promote my fonts. I am really happy with this result because I think it shows that if you put your mind to it, you can really make money with ChatGPT. Now, I know that some people say that ChatGPT is not reliable and that sometimes it gives you answers that are wrong or outdated. But I think that if you know how to use it properly, it can be a great tool to help you generate ideas and make money online. One of the most important things to remember is that ChatGPT is not going to do the work for you. You still need to put in the effort to create a digital product and promote it online. However, ChatGPT can save you a lot of time by helping you brainstorm ideas and giving you suggestions on how to improve your product. Overall, I am extremely happy with the results that I got from using ChatGPT. I was able to use it to generate ideas for digital products, and then I was able to use those ideas to make real money online. If you're interested in learning more about how to use ChatGPT to make money online, then definitely check out my full course. In this course, I teach you everything I know about ChatGPT and how to use it to make money in different ways. I also give you tons of practical examples and case studies so that you can see how ChatGPT works in real life. If you're interested in taking my course, make sure to check out the link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you'll be successful in your online journey.